Hello folks, welcome to Canal Channel Jose. Today we're going to show you how to mix a gallon of paint when you don't have the right tools. And today we're going to improvise and we're going to show you a quick tip. You're going to need a drill. You're going to need a rod that is long enough that can touch the bottom of the gallon when it's connected to the drill. And we're going to use zip ties. And for that, you got to make sure that this rod reaches to the bottom of the gallon when you got it connected to the drill. As you're mixing, you want to be able to touch the bottom, so that's why it's the purpose of getting to the bottom of it, so you can mix up and down and you can get all the paint mixed again. Because sometimes you buy the paint and you don't use it right away, and time goes on 5-6 days, and then the material starts separating. So now you want to mix it again, but we don't have the tools or we don't have the machine. So this is a quick way to mix some paint, so that way when you start painting, you get a uniform paint and you don't get some dark or light spots. So we're going to show you in a close-up look what we need and what we're talking about. Okay folks, so we got a paint, and what we're talking about is we got this cordless drill. And what we're using is, if you got a cord drill, that's good. Cordless, what you want to get is a tool that can get you to move, spin the rod that you want to mix the paint with. We're using this to reach to the bottom. So what you want to do is you're using that for a drill that can fit the opening of the drill. We're using some cutters. These are wire cutters, and for that, the zip ties are going to require to be cut once we put them on. So what we're going to wrap him around, zip him, and then we're going to cut him about 2 inches or 3 inches wide long, so that way when they in the paint, they act as a propeller, so they get the movement going. So that's all you need, a simple thing. You don't have to buy expensive tools. All you need is a couple zip ties. We're using 4, but probably you can use 2 or 3, but we're using 4 for this time because they're kind of skinny. If you use wider, probably you can go away with 2. So with that said, let's get the rod ready. Okay folks, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to put a zip tie in this part of the rod, because when you go up and down, if you put them too high, you probably will stick them out of the paint and it's going to splash. So you want to go the lowest point so you can go up and down, and then that way you don't splash the paint when you pull them out, because you got a zip tie closer to the top, and if it touches the paint and you bring them out, it's going to splash you. So you want to keep it within 4 inches of 3 to 4 inches on the bottom, and then let's wrap them around. So we're going to put all 4. So now we're going to cut them at about 1 inch, and that's going to give us just enough to mix the paint. We mentioned at the beginning maybe 2 inches long, but we're going to keep it about 1 inch long. That's just enough. We don't need, so that way you can move it around as well, go around the bucket or the gallon. So we're going to cut them. One tip I want to give you is that when you're mixing your paint with your improvised tool, you don't want to be mixing like this and then pull out the tool while it's spinning, because all this centrifugal force is going to spit the paint away and it's going to splash whatever is on the way. So while it's in the gallon, it looks nice, but when you pull it out and you spin the tool like this but at high speed, what it's going to do, all that paint that is dripping down, instead of dripping down, it's going to spit it out. So you're going to get splashed with it. So you don't want to do that. You just want to pull the tool out, stop, pull the tool out, let it drip, and then once it drips the most of the paint, you want to wipe it and then take it off of the drill, and then you got a mixed gallon of paint ready to go. Well, folks, if you enjoyed and liked this video about how to make a homemade paint mixer for a gallon using your drill, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here en el canal de Chano Jose.